honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash.
Matching hundreds. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
DeAndre Hopkins was named All-Pro for the first time in 2017. And really don't have to do much but look at the statistics to know why. 4 touchdown grabs in 2016, jumped that up to 13 in 2017. That led all NFL receivers. Also added in 96 catches and close to 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins' ability to get free in the secondary is a marvel, mainly because of head fakes and body control. And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Time for a look at the defensive starters now for the Rams. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us. They cannot
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Willie Henry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Well, the Cardinals bring pressure, and they get home. It's blocked. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Arizona.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So the very rare blocked punt scooped and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed and, more importantly, perhaps that first-round bye.
but they have to clinch it, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the key, right? So, in a sense, the playoffs have started. They've got to go ahead and get this thing done. Otherwise, it's a different road, and you really don't want to be at the mercy of other teams and their results.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. A look now at the defensive starters for the Cardinals. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. On for his 2nd punt, and remember, his first one was blocked. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's really, let's rely on ourselves, because they could get help and still get to the playoffs. But who wants that? Go out, win the game, take care of things yourself, and then you don't have anything else to worry about.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield, or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Here we go. Change to stuff.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On the ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got? Go.
Looking to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Jim.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll run here with Henderson, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Back to throw. Out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now he'll pull it down. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Murray now on first down. Gets it off to Freeman. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Murray. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Here's Murray from midfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Nassib, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And again this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Johnny Hecker now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
This one out quickly to Westbrook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now back to throw. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. This is taken at the 15. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Nassib, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the toss, it's Gurley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st down, it's Gurley. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down. From the 45 on 2nd down, Murray. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Remember, last year, Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game, and me and my crew, we got to see them. And when they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably would have been good up to about 70 yards. And after the game, the head coach, Ron Rivera, told the media that his special teams coach had told him, hey, he's good up to 65, coach. And each game, that's what the special teams coach does. Evaluates the distance, lets the head coach know.
Yeah, no doubt he's got the leg, but this time couldn't put it through. 2nd and 6. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got this down to the 35. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, L.A.! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Murray now rolling to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll start out west at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, and that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Kenny Golladay, a good game there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
play action. They'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. But it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Humphreys. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 24 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Gano now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
You ready? 58, come on. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
2nd and 11. They'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Rams are going to jump back in front.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Now for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run. It's Gurley. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They try right side here. Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 30.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. He may try and run for this. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of routing, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Let's go! Let's go!
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7.
Ready?
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Murray off play action. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. To throw on 3rd down. Murray, he finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He gets it to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Murray. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. First down, Murray. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carl Nassib in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Murray and company going for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way